Hello everybody, and welcome back to Museum Madness. We're probably going to finish off the natural history. Well, I mean, we're definitely going to be able to finish it off today. Did the Hall of Ecology, now for the Earth's Geology. I always kind of just like the way that rhymed. Oh, that looks like a mess. The Earth is not the solid, unchanging terra firma that we think of when we look at a globe. Even the land that makes up the Earth's continents is in constant motion. The continents rest on gigantic plates that slide across the surface of the Earth, creating new land masses, causing volcanic activity, and pushing up mountain ranges. Over millions of years, the continental plates have moved from their original locations to the ones we see today when we look at the familiar map of the globe. This movement has changed the location of continents, formed mountain ranges, and caused volcanoes to erupt. It looks like somebody's been playing kickball with the globe again. The continents are all scrambled. "180 million years ago, the Earth looked very different than it does today. All of the Earth's land masses formed one supercontinent, which we now call Pangaea. This giant mass of land was actually divided into distinct plates. As time passed, the plates drifted apart until they arrived at their present locations to form the continents that we know today. The first evidence that the continents were once joined was the jigsaw puzzle-like fit of the continents when they are joined together." Just as I thought. This is a real mess. I guess I can try to put things back where they belong. This is a tough one. Yeah, those are separate. There we go. Okay. Then this is a cool little part that just goes like this. And they sort of snap apart, change back. I like the way it's like, it tries to keep the shape of the globe. Things just look kind of wonky as it shifts. But anyway, we'll move on here. That takes care of the Pangaea problem. By my calculations, if I stay where I am, I can be in the tropics in just 50 million years. Wait a minute, those mountains weren't hearing me a few minutes ago. What's going on? Look at these mountain ranges. More trouble. The mountains seem a little out of whack. I guess I'll have to move mountains to fix this display. This one's weird because you just push the up arrow. This is how you solve this issue, is by pushing the up arrow. I don't get what all this stuff is, though. It looks like a treasure cave. That wasn't so bad. I wish I could take a swim in that lake. This place is getting hot. No wonder. What's all that fire on the display? Things are heating up. It's a jumble under there. I guess all I do is move the pieces around until they're in the right places. That one's way too easy, too. That's way beyond cool. I guess that volcano was under a lot of pressure. It sure blew its top. Just shows how the magma flows out. That's great work. The Earth's geological systems are in balance and I didn't even get my hands dirty. Wonder what's happening back at the ranch. I'll go back to the main hall and see what other dirt I can uncover. That's a really short one. And it's like way easier than it should be. That first puzzle is about it because things look funky and they don't fit together the right way. But after that, everything's just like, oh, okay. Final hall. The World History Hall, I guess. Do we want to start backwards and go forwards? You know what? Yeah, let's start backwards and go forwards. We'll start at the oldest, go to the newest. Stone Age peoples. First Stone Age people appeared about 125,000 years ago. They lived throughout the world, including Europe, Asia, and Africa. They often wandered from place to place, lived in caves, and hunted wild animals such as the woolly mammoth. In addition, they gathered fruits and vegetables to eat. These hunters and gatherers were known as Paleolithic peoples. About 15,000 years ago, in the Neolithic era, people of the Stone Age learned to grow grains and other crops. They settled down, domesticated animals, and built villages. This was the beginning of civilization. This is the woolly mammoth exhibit, but the beast seems to have flown the coop. Look at those tracks. They sure weren't made by a runaway squirrel. Herds of woolly mammoths roamed throughout Europe, Asia, and America from about 2 million years ago until as recent as 10,000 years ago. These ancestors of today's elephants were hunted by Paleolithic people for meat and hides. The remains of woolly mammoths have been found frozen in glaciers in almost perfect condition. If you like board games and you like this sort of like scientific early history, I recommend looking up. Let me find his name here. Phil Eklund. He made a game called. He's made a lot of games actually. Neanderthal and Greenland. Greenland's based on like the. I'm looking at the box here. Based on 1200 AD, obviously the area of Greenland, where the two native peoples and the Norse peoples try to fight to survive. That one's really good. Neanderthal is a very similar system, but based on the Neanderthals. You figure out who these people are. The Archaic Man, Neanderthal, or Cro-Magnon Man, that's it. It's really good. I highly recommend them. Very highly scientific, as accurate I think as you can possibly be. That's what he strives for in all his games. If ancient history's not your thing, he also did one that's basically rocket science. That one's called High Frontier. Third edition's coming out soon. I helped kickstart it. Hopefully it's good. Anyway, let's get back to the game here. What was that? It sounded like a herd of elephants, or one very large, hairy pachyderm. Neanderthal cave dwelling. The Neanderthals were among the first early Stone Age people. They lived in caves, hunted large and small animals, used fire, made tools from stone and other natural materials, and wore clothes made of animal skins. The Neanderthal peoples created works of art including cave paintings that showed how they hunted mammals, including the woolly mammoth. They lived in small family groups throughout Europe as well as parts of Asia and Africa. They disappeared about 15,000 years ago. I'm searching for the woolly mammoth. Can you help me? He is loose and will harm our village. I must practice making fire with this stone and flint. The village must not lose the secret of fire making. The yellow flames help us produce our food and keep beasts like the mammoth away at night. I don't want to keep him away. I want to find him and get him back into his enclosure. You may change your mind after you find the great trumpeter. Take this stone in case you need to make a fire. You will need flint also, but I have none to spare. So let's talk to you. I'm searching for the woolly mammoth. Can you help me find him? I am a hunter also, but I do not hunt the great beast alone. You will require cunning as well as strength to subdue him by yourself. I prefer cunning. I hope I can con him back into the enclosure without having to wrestle him. What are you making? This is a deerskin disguise that will fool even the most crafty prey when worn by a hunter. With it, a hunter can approach any beast without being noticed, provided he is downwind, of course. Of course, I always approach animals from downwind. So let's see if we can give him the pocket knife. This knife will make your work much easier. Will you trade it for the skin? This is a wondrous tool. It makes the work go much faster. You may use the skin and I will use the knife to make another disguise. You are finished with the skin. Return it and I will return your knife. This is one of my favorite parts. Oh dear God. That's right. Look at me. Oh, so good. It's got a bump in the backpack. Could you help me find the great mammoth? The great woolly one has been through our village many times since he escaped. I want to return him to the enclosure. Can you help me? Go to the cave of bright colors. I will speak to you there. Where's the cave? Its location is secret. You must show me a sign that you are worthy before you are allowed to enter. Let's give you some, show you some fucking magic here. There goes the mammoth again. I wonder if I should follow him. I don't think I want to get too close. You never know what you might step in. Womp 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 womp. This sign is truly brilliant. You may enter the cave near the white rock. You will know it by its sign. I will meet you there. Thanks, I knew I was smart, but I wouldn't say I'm brilliant. This magic is very powerful. It will be safer with you. Good idea. You might get upset when the batteries run out. The cave of bright colors. Womp, 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 womp. The great mammoth fears fire. He always runs away from the flame. So that's what we have to, that's the special secret that we got told about. Stone Age peoples created paintings on the walls of caves. The paintings undoubtedly had religious and ceremonial significance. Often they showed hunting scenes that tell us much about the lives of Stone Age people. Stone Age cave paintings exist today in Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Americas. The same cave was often used for many generations or even for thousands of years. So let's go over here. So here are some different people. Late Stone Age village. Stone Age people began to grow their own crops and domesticate animals about 8,500 years ago. These people settled down in small family groups that later grew into villages and towns. The Neolithic peoples developed many forms of art as well as new ways of hunting, fishing, and growing crops. Paleolithic artists created cave paintings that tell us much about their lives. I'm searching for the woolly mammoth. Can you help me? I have seen only its tracks heading east. I am glad it is gone. If it eats our fruit, there will not be enough for our children. He's a cute kid. He seems to have a runny nose. It is difficult to gather food and take care of a child. I do not have enough hands to do everything. Handkerchief. Try this. He can blow his nose with it. Thank you. You remind me of my older child. He is always hungry. Take this basket of fruit. You will have more than enough if the woolly one stays away. Here's your cloth back. I'm afraid it is a bit soiled. Thanks. I wonder what comes out of a cybernetic kid's nose. Bark, 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 bark. Wag, 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 wag. Bah. I have to make my sound effects myself since nobody else will. This is ridiculous. That mad elephant is going to hurt somebody. Better figure out how to get him back inside his pen before he turns us all into Paleolithic flapjacks. Cluck, cluck. Bok, 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 bok. Alright. Talk to you, man. That's a very interesting design on your shirt. Are you from a distant tribe? I'm from the Middlefield High Warthogs. I'm looking for a runaway woolly mammoth. Have you seen one go by? Warthogs. That is a strange name for a tribe. I cannot talk now even about the great hairy one. Must finish drawing the design on this vest before the festival. It is slow, tiring work. It looks like a regular pen that he's using, which is really weird, but we'll give him the pen. It looks like a dot-to-dot design. Try this pen. It will help you finish your work more quickly. Can you help me now? This pen is wonderful magic. I will use it to finish my work. Go to the cave behind the white rock and I will help you there. We have much to do and little time for talk. While the men prepare for the hunt, the women must thrash the grain so we will have food during the winter and the animals will have straw to eat. I know you're busy, but I'm tracking the woolly mammoth. Can you help me? Our work takes many hours. I wish we could be as idle as the men and spend our time looking for mammoth tracks. If you catch your mammoth, I would like a rib bone to make a new comb. No time to speak. Talk to the chief if you must know more. Comb, huh? This is like one of the few times you actually use the comb. Try this comb. It's only plastic, but maybe you can use it instead of a mammoth bone. Must be a great hunter to have killed a plastic beast. Oh, it was nothing, really. Have you seen the mammoth? We know little of the mammoth, but we know hunters often need straw to make a bed or to start a fire. Here's your comb. We have combed our hair. Take the straw if you wish. You may find it useful. If you catch another plastic beast, bring it here and we will skin it for you. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Shink. I'm searching for the mammoth. Can you help me? Must be a brave hunter if you are tracking the great tusked one. I too am a hunter. This spear tip will penetrate even the strongest hide. I don't want to spear the mammoth. I want to send him back to his home. That is a strange goal for a hunter. Do you often take care of homeless animals? This is only the second time. I once found a stray cat and took it home. You are like no hunter I've met. You may need more help than I can provide, but take this piece of flint. It's a very powerful tool and can be used for many things. You may need its power to send the mammoth home. So take the flint. Oh, there it goes again. I can't even get into the thing now. This mammoth's in the way. Okay, now that I'm past the mammoth, I wonder what I should do next. Maybe I can scare him with something. Oh. Hopefully it doesn't freeze here. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. Phew, that was close. Alright, so let's go behind the wet rock. I think the other guy might meet us in here. Nope, you have to go in the other way for it to get to trigger him. Anyway, so let's go back here. So we'll start with a few things here. Let's throw the straw down. The flint. And the stone. Runs away. Good job. So now we'll go in this way and see what the other guy has to say. It's funny they meet in the same rock. Great mammoth eats our fruit crops. He is drawn to the red fruit. So now we head back and follow the mammoth back to its house, or back to the enclosure. There he is eating. Oh, I forgot to take the basket of fruit. Oops. Take the fruit. Head back. I like it cool that these Stone Age peoples from different eras, they meet together. They work together at the end. Mammoth must be lured into the pen. We will roll the rock in place after the woolly one enters. Big dance. That was a great hunt. I don't remember having so much fun since the time we caught the long-toothed cat in the tar pit. That was nothing compared to the time my people caught the giant sloth and I wrested it to the ground with my bare hands. Why do I think these stories are going to get bigger and bigger as time goes by? Our people should celebrate together. Let's make the preparations. That takes care of this exhibit. Now that I've put that hairy elephant in its place, I'm ready to tackle anything. Too bad I have to give this deerskin outfit back. I'm beginning to think it's kinda cool. Guess I should head back to the main hall instead of going to the Paleolithic party. Should check if any other exhibits to see if anything else is messed up. I would so go to the party though. It'd be fun. Cybernetic Paleolithic party. Development of writing. That's an interesting one. One of the most important inventions of the ancient world was writing. Many early civilizations, such as the Egyptians and Chinese, used pictographs or picture writing in which each symbol stood for a single object or idea. Later forms of Greek and Roman writing used symbols to represent words or sounds. These evolved into our modern alphabet, where each symbol represents a single sound within a word. The earliest writing was used on religious and ceremonial buildings. Later, clay or wax tablets were used by scholars, scribes, and tax collectors. But it was not until the invention of paper and ink that writing became portable and accessible to most people. The Egyptians sometimes wrote important information on large stones that were placed in the countryside for all to read. The messages were written in hieroglyphics, the Egyptian picture writing system. The meaning of hieroglyphics was lost for almost 1600 years until one such stone was discovered in 1799. This stone is known as the Rosetta Stone, and it contains a message written in hieroglyphics and the same message written in Greek. By translating the hieroglyphic message into the Greek characters and then translating the Greek, the secret of the hieroglyphics was solved. The exhibit shows how a stone similar to the Rosetta Stone was made. You young scribes are all alike, always trying to avoid your work. Do you have a papyrus pass to be away from your tablet? You must be the hall monitor. I'm out of here. This is terrible. My master instructed me to finish this inscription before he returns, but I can't remember what the hieroglyphics mean. Why can't you remember? I was supposed to study them last night, but I went to a concert instead. I hope it was a good group. It was great. This new group of flutists and drummers played in honor of Hathor, the goddess of music and dancing. I didn't get home until very late. Sounds like you blew it. Can you help me? My master is very mean. We call him Osobek, the crocodile god, because he has nose like a crocodile. I'm not a scribe, but I did get an A in penmanship class in 4th grade. I guess I can try. So here's what it looks like. So let's talk to this dude. What are you doing? I'm making papyrus. It is the best thing to write on. All scribes use it to record things, but I am very tired. Can you take over for a while? I don't know what to do. It's simple, anyone can make papyrus. Just follow the instructions on the tree. I'm going to run away now. This looks like the instructions for something, a cereal box, or something you send away for on the back of the cereal box. Maybe if I look at it carefully, I can figure out how to make this papyrus stuff. So you cut the thing in half, and then you lay them cross-side, and then you put on a paper and whack it a bunch, and then you rub a stone on it. Go ahead and take all these things. Start with my knife, trusty pocket knife. Chop, 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 chop. I think we put the handkerchief on next. Then we whack it with the stone hammer. Finally rub the regular stone around on it. Which I don't really get still, but sure, why not? So now we can take the papyrus. That sure makes you appreciate paper. From now on, I recycle. The Egyptians must have thought writing was really cool to have worked so hard to make one piece of paper. Much of our knowledge of Greek life comes from the pictures painted on earthenware pots and urns created in Athens. Hey, what's a Grecian urn? While these vessels are only one example of Greek art, others are sculpture and coinage, many of them have survived for centuries and provide examples of what life was like for the ancient Greeks. They often depict everyday life, as well as heroic scenes of battle and the Greek gods. Greek urns also contain examples of the Greek alphabet. This one's a mess. Those Greek urns must have fallen onto the floor when the computer went ballistic. They sure are a mess. I wonder if I can put them back together again. Sounds like a job for all the king's horses and all the king's men. The very standard part of this game again. Put it together. Alright. Go. Yay! That's funny, this urn doesn't look like Humpty Dumpty. It has a picture of someone writing on a tablet. I wonder if the person is writing in the Greek alphabet. I'm really glad that I did this, chose to play this game. I mean, it's pretty silly I'm playing this game, and I'm, years ahead of what age I should be for this, but, I really enjoy it a lot. It's a lot of fun to get. Alright, I put those pieces together. Actually, it's kinda cool. The picture on the urn shows a horse and chariot. They're probably in a race. Driving around in a chariot must have been cool, but there's no riding on the chariot. This chariot race could be a scene from a Greek movie. Wonder if ancient Greek kids looked at urns instead of going to the movies. Sounds boring. But I guess if they didn't have video, they had to do something. Schools in Rome were reserved for the sons of those who could pay. Girls could not go to school, although they were often taught to read, write, and play musical instruments by tutors in their home. Students learned to read, write, and do mathematics in school. Often they translated Greek text into Latin, the Roman language. They wrote on wax tablets with a pointed stick called a stylus, because papyrus was too expensive to be used for practice writing. Are you the new student? No way, I have enough to do in my own school. You better not stay long then. When the teacher returns, we have to recite the Latin alphabet. He gets very angry if we make mistakes. If you are there when the teacher returns, I suggest you do exactly as he says. So I think we just stick around here. We'll be writing stuff on our old papyrus scroll. Actually, I think we need to get ourselves some ink, which I believe is the next room. The ancient Chinese were the first to invent ink and paper over 4,500 years ago. Chinese scholars, scribes, and priests used brushes and sharp styluses to write on bone and other materials until paper was invented. Early Chinese ink was made of soot mixed with gum. Chinese characters are pictographs. Each character represents a single object or idea. Though there are many dialects spoken throughout China, there is only one written language. I'm trying to solve the mystery of this exhibit. Can you help me? Welcome, young scribe. I'm not aware of any mystery. I'm here to teach young people like yourself the art of Chinese writing. Do you wish to learn? Of course. Why not? It may help me figure out the rest of this place. Very well, but first you must decipher a little puzzle to prove you are worthy. I knew there was a catch. What do I do? The chart on the wall contains the old way of writing Chinese characters, and the new Chinese characters for the same words. Match the old with the new, then talk to me again. So here we have these things here. So if we did... Is that it? Nope. So this one I'm not too sure on. I think, old and new. Yep, there's some mountains probably. New symbol for down. Okay, so these are... Alright. That's probably mountain. This is the new symbol of the moon. This is probably the old one. No? How about that? Yeah. That's the old symbol for sun, I think. Old symbol of the sun. It's funny that they just tell you. I thought they would tell you maybe after you use them. You're truly ready to become a scribe. Take this pen and ink, use them wisely. They've been used to solve many mysteries. I already have a pen, but maybe this one will work better. Thanks. So we go back here. I have to study this Greek before the teacher comes back. Ah, teacher is back. Are you the new student? Nope, I'm from another school. You are in my class now. In this class, you will learn to think. Caius, why don't you show the new student what you have written on your tablet? It looks like the alphabet on his tablet. Yep, there we go. I'm glad I practiced my penmanship. I wouldn't want to wreck that papyrus after all the work that went into making it. If you already have a papyrus scroll, you are too advanced for this class. Great, I just graduated. Now I think we need the... We just need the alphabet from here. This urn looks like a scene from school. That student is copying the Greek alphabet onto the tablet. I guess some things never change. I think you need it? I'm not sure. That copies the Greek alphabet onto the papyrus, but still looks Greek to me. I wonder if I can use these letters to help translate the hieroglyphics. What can you tell me about this stone? My master left this message for me to translate. If I can figure out what the hieroglyphics mean, I can finish the stone. Is that all? The message on the stone is written in hieroglyphics on the top, Greek in the middle, and the Roman alphabet on the bottom. If someone can figure out the Greek and Roman letters, we can finish the translation. Those are Egyptian hieroglyphics. Some hieroglyphics stand for individual words or ideas. Others stand for a single sound, just like each letter stands for a sound in English. The hieroglyphics on this stone stand for individual sounds. They are combined like letters in English to form words. So we just do this. Not exactly hard, but we can do it at least. This is it's a fun puzzle. You see these, you don't see them. Another unique puzzle, at least anyway. It's not the. This is the only time you see it. There's definitely really cool puzzles in this game. I'd love to play a version that was more like maybe for adults. Like, give me some edutainment games as an adult. That's what I'm saying. I'd totally play them. I don't know if anyone would want to do that though. Like, why would I? It's all about I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that's in any sort of market for that. But I'd enjoy it, I'd be sure. Scribe, do not be idle. A message from your teacher says, Scribe, do not be idle. Don't look now, but I think you're busted. I guess my teacher knows me better than I thought. Here he comes now, I'd better get to work. Thanks. No problem, I guess that makes me a scribe, doesn't it? Now that I've solved the mystery of the hieroglyphics, I hope I can use the information to get one step closer to the virus. At least that's one more piece of the puzzle solved. I better head back to the main hall and see what still has to be done. Oh, okay, yep, we're on schedule to get ready to move on. So we're going to end it here today. Thanks for watching. This is Museum Madness again. I'm Jesse on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.